Hi everyone. A big clarification has just been issued by CBIC on the post sale discounts under GST. Circular number 251, which is dated 12th of September 2025, that has just addressed the long standing doubts. And let's decode it in a simple terms. So, the part one, which is talking about ITC on discounted payments. So, there was an issue in the industry since long the day the GST has come, wherein the section 15 of the GST talks about a post sale discount. It should be agreed on or before the time of sale, and then only a person under section 34 can issue a tax credit note. So, in that scenario, if this condition was not satisfied, so the entire industry, because there were a post sale discounts which were not agreed on or before the time of sale, then the entire industry was issuing a financial credit note. And in that aspect, the issue was if the recipient pays less because of the financial and commercial credit note, then whether the ITC which was charged by the supplier it should be reduced or not, because the credit note of this type does not reduces the tax liability of the supplier. So government has finally clarified by way of this circular that in this scenario, since the taxable value was reduced and the tax amount has not been reduced, so ITC remains intact and full ITC is allowed. That means that multiple litigations which are going around on this issue will get settled if they are at a appeal stage or a first stage, and yes, or a tribunal stage, which we are all anticipating in the 30th of September it will start filing. The second issue which talks about is discount versus consideration for sale to customer. For this issue, let's understand that a retail outlet got the goods from the manufacturer, and these retail outlets were actually giving discount because the manufacturer understood that there is a Diwali which is coming around, and let's push the sales to the end customer by giving additional discount post the retailer. Let's take an example of some company like a Future Group or a Big Bazaar, wherein a company have got the goods from the manufacturer, and this company is getting a post sale discounts. So originally it got the invoice for 100 plus 10 rupees of tax, and then after certain period the Diwali is about to come and the manufacturer said to the Big Bazaar outlet that let's give additional discount to you and you need to pass on to the customer. So they given a 20%, which gives 80 rupees the Big Bazaar has to pay to the manufacturer, and the tax on which it has been paid is 10 rupees. So now the confusion was whether the Big Bazaar who is charging to the end customer and receiving certain amount from the customer and certain amount by way of financial credit note from the manufacturer, whether these two consideration the Big Bazaar has to pay tax or he has to pay tax only what he is charging from the end customer. In that sense, the clarity has come. The dealer is buying and selling on a principal to principal basis, and discounts are just price reduction. In that scenario, what it means is that if you are giving a Big Bazaar is getting goods from the manufacturer on a P2P basis, and that P2P basis is the title comes to the Big Bazaar, and now it is Big Bazaar who is giving that discount to the customer. So such discount will not be considered as a consideration to the Big Bazaar by way of a financial credit note which is flowing from the manufacturer, and the Big Bazaar has to pay only on the tax what they are charging from the end customer. This gives a clarity and also relaxation to the entire industry who is dealing such issue, and making it possible that this consideration is only limited to the extent of the price which I am charging from the end customer. The third issue, and this in this particular aspect, they also mentioned that if the manufacturer has an agreement with the end customer and asks the dealer to sell at a discounted price, then such discount may count as an inducement and part of the consideration. इस पैरा में एक लिमिटेड एस्पेक्ट है कि अगर मैन्युफैक्चरर का एंड कस्टमर के साथ एक कंसिडरेशन, एक डिस्काउंट देने का पॉइंट एग्री हुआ, बट वो डिस्काउंट वो डायरेक्टली नहीं दे सकता, वो डीलर के थ्रू दे सकता है. अगर वो डिस्काउंट डीलर के थ्रू दे रहा है, देन दैट विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज अ कंसिडरेशन एट द एंड ऑफ dealer side, and then dealer has to pay consideration on what they are receiving from the manufacturer by way of financial credit note and what is they are receiving as a consideration from the end customer. The third aspect which has been clarified is discount versus promotional services. So another confusion, do post-sale discounts equal payment for professional or promotional services like branding or sales campaign? So the clarity was expected. There was an industry issue कि अगर कोई मैन्युफैक्चरर बिग बाजार के पास अपना सामान रख रहा है और वो सामान रखने के लिए बिग बाजार उससे कुछ पैसा चार्ज कर रहा है बाय वे ऑफ प्रमोशनल, मैं फर्स्ट एंट्रेंस पे रख दूंगा, मैं मिडिल स्टेज पे रख दूंगा एंड देन आई विल बी प्रमोटिंग दिस एस्पेक्ट, तो क्या वो सर्विसेज उसके लिए अगर वो फाइनेंशियल क्रेडिट नोट दे रहा था तो वेदर दैट वाज अ सेपरेट सर्विसेज? The clarity has come that agreed, unless it is specifically agreed in the form of writing, and that is what it was the confusion is, that if you have a detailed points which is being written कि मैं आपको services दूंगा by way of specifically exhibiting this, then it will be qualified as a service, and then a dealer has to pay the tax on those aspects of consideration which they are receiving either by way of a financial credit note or either by way of such services, and then that price will be considered as GST ambit transaction. So if we talk about a key takeaways from this, what does this mean for the business? You can claim full ITC even if you have a financial and commercial credit notes as a recipient. Post sale discounts are not taxable unless tied up to an agreement, which we have just studied that अगर मैन्युफैक्चरर के साथ डायरेक्टली एंड कस्टमर का एग्रीमेंट है और वो डीलर के थ्रू डिस्काउंट दे रहा है, देन इट इज समथिंग. एंड द थर्ड, इफ द एग्रीमेंट मेंशन प्रमोशनल एक्टिविटीज लाइक कि मैं आपके लिए विजिबिलिटी की सर्विस दूंगा, पुश करने के लिए सेल्स दूंगा, आपको एक डेस्क दूंगा एंड सच एक्टिविटीज विल गिव आउट टू इट, मैं अपनी प्रमोशनल एक्टिविटीज में आपकी स्कीम को भी रन करूंगा, देन अ डीलर हैज टू पे टैक्स on those consideration which they are receiving from the manufacturer and GST will apply. This circular has brings much needed clarity on the post-sale discounts, and business should review their dealer agreements and ensure the compliance. I am Kapil Mahani and I am just keeping all the things, making it simple from the point of view of GST for you. Thanks everyone. Looking forward to interact on many such clarity aspects from the GST authorities. Thank you.